Okay, so you've just been arrested for a DWI and now you're wondering what's going to happen. Well, if you've been arrested for a DWI, the police are going to ask you to take a blood, breath, or urine test. If you took a breath test on the intoxilizer machine, then they're going to give you a pink sheet, a carbon copy sheet, which will have your test result on it. If you have a .08 or more on that test, then you're going to be charged with a DWI. If you've had a prior DWI within the last 10 years, they're probably going to keep you in jail for a while. If you haven't, then they'll release you to a sober person so you can go home. If you took a blood or a urine test, you usually do, if it's a blood test, usually it's at the hospital. Sometimes they'll have a paramedic come to the police station. If it's a urine test, it sometimes is at the hospital, but usually it's at the police station. Then they're going to mail that test down to the state's crime lab called the BCA. And that takes about 4 to 10 weeks to analyze that. So they don't have the results right away when you take that blood or urine test. So they'll usually let you go because they don't know for sure if you're over the .08 limit or not. So if you took a blood test or urine test, you want to watch your mail for two things. And it's going to take 4 to 10 weeks. The first thing you want to watch for is a letter from the Department of Public Safety. That's the DMV. They're in charge of your driver's license. If you're over the limit, they're going to send you a letter telling you that your license is being revoked. The other thing you got to watch for is for a complaint or a letter from the court or the prosecutor telling you that you're being charged with a DWI and giving you a court date.
What happens to my car?
After you're arrested for DWI, the police will usually wait around for a tow truck before they haul you off to the police station to test you. And the reason that they do that is they have to impound your car and get it off of the roadway. Sometimes they'll let you keep your car if it's like you were pulled over in your driveway or something, or if you had a sober driver with you as a passenger. But most of the time they're going to impound your vehicle, so they'll have it towed down to the impound lot. And when you get out of jail or out of the police station, you should go get that as soon as possible. You've got to pay for the towing fees and the impound lot charges. That's why you should get it as soon as possible so you don't have to pay more money for storage.
At what point do I really need a lawyer?
You need one in two different situations. The first time you really need a lawyer is when you're deciding whether you should take the blood, breath, or urine test back at the police station or at the hospital. You have a right to call a lawyer and ask which test you should take and whether you should take any of those tests and get the other advice you need. So you can call a lawyer during that time. Even if it's in the middle of the night, you should do it. The second time is after you've taken this test, whether it's a blood, breath, or urine test, and whether you're released or going to be put in jail. Get a hold of a lawyer then. Don't wait for the letter in the mail to come, or don't wait for a court date to come, because unless you start fighting for your rights right away, especially about that revocation of your driver's license, you're going to lose the right to fight that, and your case is going to be more difficult to defend. So you should call a lawyer as soon as you've been arrested for DWI or as soon as you've been released from the police station or the jail.
If I have any more questions, how do I get a hold of you?
You can go to my website at www.arrestedminnesota.com, or you can call me. My name is Ryan Pacyga, and my number is 612-339-5844.